How do you boost your organic audience on Instagram, and what is working in 2024? Hi, I'm Kayla Swanson, and I'm your host of the Profitable Salon Owner podcast. This episode is brought to you by Salon Scale, the ultimate salon back bar management app. Built by salon owners for salon owners, Salon Scale is designed to turn the salon back bar into a profit center, manage back bar formulas, product cost, and inventory right from your fingertips. And hanging out with me today is the beautiful Jamie Dana. What's up, Jamie?
Hey, I am so excited to be here. And you know me, I love to talk about Instagram. So this is going to be really exciting. I'm so excited.
I love it. I love because I'm in marketing too. And I love when you start to you get into a conversation with somebody else who's in marketing, just talking about your whole world and you're so passionate. I love getting to share man, I've done the research, I've done all the things, and I just want to share it with the people because I want, you want success for other people. When you are passionate about something and you get to share that with others, it really is very exciting. So I'm really glad you're here.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit about you, or tell the audience, tell us a little bit about you and what you're up to and all that stuff.
Yeah. So I am Jamie. I grew up in Orange County, California. I feel like I always give these little bios, and it's so funny because I'm like, what do you want to know about me? I don't know.
What's your favorite color?
Yeah, I grew up in Orange County, California. And I think one of the things that was really unique about my childhood was I actually grew up homeschooled. So I was homeschooled my entire life, all the way from kindergarten through high school. And because I was homeschooled, I was actually able to graduate high school a little bit early and go straight into beauty school, which was really nice because I got started in the hair industry at 16 years old, which is
wow.
crazy. So yeah, I jumped right into the hair industry. I've pretty much done everything in the industry that you can think of, from, receptionist to salon assistant to commission stylist, rental stylist, owning a small salon, owning a salon suite, being a consultant with brands, being an educator. I've literally done so many things except for own a massive salon. That's the one thing I haven't done. But one of the things that I just love now is I get to educate and share with other stylists and salon owners how to grow their business on Instagram. So pretty much I had a very successful business behind the chair. And in 2018, I gave that up to go full-time into education. And since then, I've been able to just do a lot of really fun things. So yeah, my goal is to help salon owners and stylists grow on Instagram, but grow organically and grow in a way that not just gets followers or gets likes, gets more engagement. Yes, that's fun, but makes money in the salon. So whether that's bringing in new clients, or for salon owners, bringing in new stylists to come work for them. It's all about actually making money, driving retail sales. That's what I care about on Instagram. So obviously we'll talk more about that today, but I think one of the big things that I've been a huge proponent of is using Instagram to actually make your business grow, and not just focusing on the vanity metrics of likes and comments and followers like we tend to do. We have to actually track real growth.
How to get results
look like in the salon. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I love that. It's so funny. I have to hit on it. You just said you were homeschooled your whole life. So was I, from kindergarten until high school. Yeah,
no
all the way.
way.
I was I don't meet a lot of people who have that. That's so funny. So yeah, got that in common.
It's funny. I feel like you could I don't know, anybody who's listening to this who's also a homeschooler is probably I knew it. I knew it.
Yep.
You can feel the vibe, but not in the way that normal people think that homeschoolers feel the vibe, but we can just tell. I don't know. We just hit off with each other.
So being a fellow homeschooled person, I agreed with you completely, and not in what you think, because people stereotype homeschool, they were homeschooled. But I love that. Super great. So I am so excited because we get questions like this all the time on how do you do it, especially in today's day and age. The competitive industry of social media and TikTok and all those things, and what do you do it? How do you do it? And there's just also so much out there that's trying to tell you how to do it. And so people spend so much money trying to just find the answers. And so I'm excited to dive into what that can look like. So you're talking about Instagram. I want to ask a question because we get this a lot. When you are building your Instagram for your salon, do you focus more on your personal Instagram, your salon Instagram? How do you balance having 7 different, accounts trying to hit all of them? Let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah. So I think this is a big question that I get often from salon owners of where do I put my focus? And here's the thing, as a salon owner, for a lot of us, we're still working behind the chair, focusing on our clients. We're trying to, manage our stylists and dealing with that. And then it's just all the logistics that go with owning a business. It is so much. And then it's cool, now go run your Instagram and a hair, it's so much. So my biggest thing is pull back and make it simple on yourself. And I would, in my opinion, put your effort into one Instagram as much as possible. So that would be probably the salon Instagram versus your own personal Instagram.
Yeah, build your brand.
Obviously, you can have your personal Instagram if you're still working behind the chair and trying to attract clients. But what I would do for that is literally just get it set up, have a good bio, have a good profile photo, maybe have some basic Instagram highlights, and then have like a few photos on there, and that's it. That is almost kind of like a landing page, almost like, a portfolio. That's like for your Instagram as you as a salon owner personally. But our effort really does need to go into the salon Instagram. And I think sometimes when we're trying to put effort into 2 pages or multiple pages, it can be too much and like nothing gets our full attention. So I would say put your effort into 1 page and really work on growing that. And within that, that's going to mean, obviously setting up the salon Instagram well, having a great profile photo, whether it's most likely going to be a logo, right? Like a nice clean logo or a submark that you can see in the teeny tiny profile photo, having a really good bio that shares exactly the kind of clientele that you serve and the kind of services that you offer. Obviously having your location in there as well, and just how people can book an appointment, how they can get more information. Having Instagram highlights that really showcase all the different areas, whether a specific highlight for each stylist that you have, each service that you offer, even just an Instagram highlight that talks about your policies. I think I see so many salons that are missing so much with their Instagram highlights. And we want to think about our Instagram highlights as like tabs on our website, right? So we've got, about you tab or, about tab. We've got the location. We've got our booking policies, how to book an appointment. Maybe we have some photos, things like that, or our stylist. All of that should be individual highlights on your Instagram page. Okay. Because as a client, they're looking to click onto your Instagram page and find out more about your salon and the stylists that work there, or the, beauty professionals that work there for you. They want to be able to get that information. They want to be able to go, oh, I'm looking for a blonding specialist. Okay, I'm going to go see Kayla's work right here and be able to say, oh my gosh, Kayla's a blonding specialist. I need to go to Kayla. Or, hey, maybe Ricardo would actually be a better fit for me, right? So that's what we're thinking about when it comes to our Instagram pages as the salon. We really want to just make sure that we're creating that client experience. I like to call it the follower experience.
Are you tired of not knowing what your hair color is costing you? With Salon Scale, we take the guesswork out for you, so you can cover your back bar expenses, reduce your color waste, and generate more profit in your salon. Click the link in the description to get 10% off your first year.
Are you ready to increase your retention and revenue and convert website traffic to clients? Then you're ready for Maya. Maya creates better business relationships by pairing the right clients with the right beauty professionals. Use promo code HPSA for your first 2 months free. Visit joinmaya.com to get started.
We're Forest, born on the salon floor and built for and by hair and beauty professionals like you. Forest is your marketing, your reporting, your reputation management. You need one easy-to-use system that does it all. Forest. Together, we grow.
With our Instagram pages. Yeah.
I love that. So you're kind of saying, like, when you get into the minds of your guests, get in the mind of people who are coming to your Instagram, what would they want to know? And what have you even heard as you hear people coming into your salon? What are people typically looking for? And then put intentionality into your page to be able to provide, if you, put yourself in their shoes, you're searching on Instagram, what would you want to know before you choose, I'm going to go into this salon? Because typically, you look on Google, it'll be like salon in my area. They're going to pull up Instagram pages, things like that. Or you see a salon, Instagram is a hot way to go and just be like, is this the place I want to be? And so what does your audience want to know about you? And then make sure those things are present on your Instagram, right?
Yeah. And I think so often when we're on Instagram, we create content for the people who have not yet hit the follow button. So here's a good metaphor or analogy for you. A lot of times what we're trying to do when we come to Instagram, we are throwing a party, okay? And so often we think about we're throwing this party and we're just trying to go out on the street and get random people to come into our party. We're like, hey, come on over. Our party's awesome. Look at all this fun stuff we're doing at our party. And we're literally trying to focus on all these people out in the street. And random people are like, okay, people are walking by. I don't even need my hair done. Maybe they're not wanting to come to that party, okay?
Yeah.
But what about the people who have already said RSVP, yes, I want to be there, who are hanging out at your party, and you're like trying to focus on people who are on the street who haven't said yes, they want to even come, right? Maybe they're not even the perfect party guest. So we have to think about our Instagram like that, especially as salons, that so often we're focusing on trying to get new followers and new clients. And oftentimes we forget about the clients and audience who have already clicked a follow button, who have already said, yes, I'm invested. I'm curious about getting a service done. And maybe those people have never booked an appointment yet, but they're hanging out. They've clicked the follow button, but they haven't, booked the appointment yet. And I like to call these people lurking followers. Okay. Like maybe they've never liked a photo. Maybe they've never commented. They're just kind of like lurking in the background, like kind of like that Homer Simpson meme where he's like, he fades back into the bushes, right? There are a lot of followers that we have that are lurking followers who have never really interacted with us and haven't booked an appointment yet. That's who we want to create content for. That's who we want to think about when we're creating Instagram content. And guess what? When you're hosting a party and you're making an amazing experience for the guests who have already said yes, guess what? People on the outside are going to want to come to that party. They are going to want to say, I want to know more about this. What's going on over here? They're creating educational content. They're creating valuable content. They're creating things that make me want to go, I want to click the follow button. I want in on this party. So we have to just think of Instagram in a different way. And I think that's what's going to really set you apart from every other salon in your area for sure.
Yeah, I love that, because great analogy, by the way, because it really puts the word picture of like, you see a house on the corner and the music and the lights, and it's like you can feel the energy of the house. You're like, man, what are they doing in there? I want to go in there. And you're in the party, and then you're focusing on the people who are present with you. But you walk by somebody and someone's trying to shove something in your face, like, here, come here. Then you're like immediately, based off of like humanity, like we just like people trying to shove something in your face. You're just like, no, I'm good. No. And you just like completely write it off. Right. That's a great analogy of terms of like, become an Instagram page where people go there and there's instant FOMO. They're like, oh, wait, there's a lot going on there. So I love that. So in diving in that, we talked about how to like set up your Instagram, who to focus on. So what type of like when you're posting and what you're sharing, how do you start to then put that, like make your party FOMO, like make your salon like a place people want to be? How do you start to translate that into how you post?
Yeah. So I think one of the biggest things that I see with salons, and I know that we've talked about this, but one of the big things that I see with salon pages is it's just hair photo after hair photo after hair photo after hair photo. Okay. And what's even worse is a lot of these hair photos are what I like to call mugshot photos. Okay. So it's like, we got the front of the client, we got the side of the client, we've got the back of the client, and that's it. It's just like literally the same 6 angles of clients, like no variation in poses, no different types of backgrounds, nothing. It's just the same kind of photo over and over. And to be honest, oftentimes you can't even tell what stylist did each client because they all look the same. Yeah. And maybe back in 2016, 2017, 2018, that was okay. And that was actually the advice that most Instagram gurus or people who were teaching social media back then, that's the advice that they were giving. Yeah. But it's 2024 and things have changed, my friends.
So much.
So here's the thing. We have to think about our content and adding in variety. And when we think about the follower experience, so we're thinking about somebody who has not yet clicked the follow button, but they land on your Instagram page. Maybe their friend tags the salon in their stories. Maybe they found you through a hashtag. They're searching, for me, Orange County hairstylist or Orange County salon, and your page pops up. Maybe they just found you in the Explorer feed, page, whatever. Whatever that might look like, they land on your Instagram page. They're not going to click the follow button if what they see is the same thing over and over again, because guess what? They got their information. There's nothing new that they're going to see from this Instagram page. There's nothing that's intriguing them. So what we want to think about is we want to create content that is adding variety and intriguing people to click the follow button. And the cool thing is once people click the follow button, now, because you're creating that variety of content, you're now serving the people who are at the party. You're serving the people who have said yes. who maybe are your clients or who are just those lurking followers in the background. So things that we can do to add variety instead of just hair photos, obviously within the hair photo category, we can add variety with some different backgrounds, some different locations in the salon, some different poses with our clients. I have a YouTube video all about some different hair poses that you can do. So if you are curious about that, come on over to my YouTube channel. Just search me, Jamie Dana, on YouTube. You'll see that. There's a video all about that, but adding in some different variety of poses, adding in some different, types of hair. It doesn't only have to be long blonde extensions, okay? Like it can be some different stuff. We can add in brunettes. We can add in root touch-ups. We can add in men's cuts. Like whatever your salon specializes in, we can add that in too. It doesn't all have to look like the same type of client. Yeah. Another category that we can add in is like behind the scenes of the salon. So whether this is like maybe a photo of different areas of the salon, a photo of like the front, a photo of your stylist, photos or videos of your stylist working, that's huge. And it doesn't have to be this like massive like videography video. Like again, that's like back in 2018. It could literally just be like a 5-second video clip of the busy salon, or, one little quick video, 7-second video of Kayla doing a balayage, right? It could just be these like little fun moments of what clients get to see. Oh, that's what I could expect when I book an appointment with these stylists. When I come into the salon, that's what I can expect. So I think just like those behind the scenes things, it doesn't have to be complicated. It can be really simple. And I think videos and reels are a really great way to do that and add that variety to your page that actually isn't as complicated as we make it.
I love that. Great point. Because I do think it does feel really complicated. And there's people who, are just wild and probably spending so much money creating content. It doesn't have to be like that. Yeah. There's so many apps nowadays that you can create. And like there's apps that have like templates for you, things that you can use. But I love what you said about offering the variety and like showing like, these people are working, because people want to know, like, not always, it's not, people's main focus isn't always what is my hair going to end up looking like. It's like, what is my experience going to be? What is it going to look like when I am sitting in that chair? So you see somebody working on somebody else's hair. It's like, oh, what does the salon look like? Or is that person, like seeing that person, like it looks like just like how we knew, like, oh, you were homeschooled, I was homeschooled, we were homeschooled. Right. Like you start to connect and be like, wow, that's a place that I would like to belong. And you visually, like we connect visually to places that feel like home, places that feel welcoming, places that feel like something we want to be a part of. Again, going back to that party, it's like, are you creating a space that people are like, yeah, I want to be a part of that. But in order to create that space, you have to then show more angles of your salon, and you are more than hair, like I've been working at this company for almost 3 years, and the beauty industry is one of the best industries, in my opinion, because like the coolest people work here. Yeah. And I think that so many salons, like you have an opportunity to create like a vibe and create a place like you want to be pampered. People want to come to you to have a break, to get a break from their kids if they have them, and they want to be pampered and feel like, if I'm going to spend this money on myself, if I'm going to spend this time, because we all know that hair, like I got my hair blonde last year and it took 5.5 hours. Yeah. So if you're going to spend a lot amount of time in a place, you want to be sure, like, what is the environment going to look like? And I love what you just said about the more variety and letting people see past the results of hair and see more into like, what is the culture like? What are the people like? What is the salon like? And start to give them a taste. Like, this is who we are as a company. We're not just a company. We're a place of sanctuary, or a place of comfort, or a place of like whatever your vibe is. Yeah. Like we've talked a lot on other episodes as well about branding and about like becoming a salon that really is intentional about what you stand for, what's your mission, all that stuff. And then using social media to then broadcast that, because people come to you like, there's 5 salons down the street. So how do you start to then too, like, so say 5 salons down the street stand, like they have the same strategy that we are talking about today. How do people start to individualize themselves? What's the difference between my salon and the salon down the street?
Yeah, this is such a great question. And I think kind of like even expanding on that a little bit more is, back in 2016, 2018, whatever, people were literally looking for just that hair content. They wanted to see, hey, is the balayage going to be good? Is highlights going to look good? Is the cuts going to be amazing, right? They were looking for just the work. And I think now today's consumer is very different. Post COVID, people are looking to invest their money in a place that they feel, like you said, safe, feel comfortable, feel excited to be in there, right? And in the same way that we don't just go to Starbucks anymore. We go to different coffee shops because of the vibe that the coffee shop gives. And to be honest, like the coffee might taste the same. I will say it probably tastes better than Starbucks, but you know what I mean? But we go there for the vibe most often. I go to coffee shops that I find on Instagram because of the vibe that I get, the feeling that I get being there. It's not just about the coffee. I don't even know if the coffee's good. It could be the worst coffee, but I got the vibe there, right?
But you're willing to try it because of the vibe.
Yes, absolutely. And most likely it will be great. But again, clients are doing the same thing. They're looking for that experience. And so what makes you stand out from every other salon across the street is by showcasing that, showcasing the fun details that you add. And I know that most of the people probably listening to this, they have an elevated salon experience. You're not like every salon down the street. You have an experience. So what does that look like? Does that look like maybe even just the way that you're booking appointments, the kind of education that you're offering your clients in the chair? The kind of retail products that you have, and not just what retail products we have, but how to use those retail products and who they are right for. You can absolutely create content for that. And oftentimes I hear from stylists and salon owners that are asking me okay, well, what kind of content do I create? What does this actually look like? How do I know what to create? And I want you to think, and salon owners, you can do this by asking your stylist. Ask the stylist, what are the questions that your clients are asking in your chair every day? And this actually could be a really fun challenge. I don't know if you're doing salon meetings every week or every month or whatever you're doing in your salon, but one fun challenge that you could do with your stylist would be, okay, every time you get a question from your client, for instance, how do I make my curls last longer? Or my color has been fading a lot. What is something I can do at home to make it not fade as much?
Ready to transform your business and improve your salon's profitability? With Lonza's 3-in-1 technology and intermixable shades, your hair color inventory is streamlined with limitless creativity behind the chair. Click the link below to unveil the secret to salon success.
Sustain Beauty Co. has 2 of the best tools to help you save water, time, and a bunch of money. Join the clean water salon movement with EcoHead's water-saving shampoo nozzles and scrummy plant-based microfiber towels. Available at sustainbeauty.co.
I have really dry scalp. What do I do for that? My hair has been really oily lately. Whatever. Okay. Questions that clients are asking in the chair. I want your stylist to write them down, whether it's in a note on their phone or whatever. And every stylist that has the most questions at the end of the week or on your salon meeting, they get a fun little prize. And I think that this is just really fun because now you can take all of those questions that you're getting asked and you can create content around it. So for instance, do you struggle with oily scalp? Here's our top 3 dry shampoos, right? So we've got our brunette dry shampoo, our redhead dry shampoo, and our regular dry shampoo, whatever. And it could be a photo of the 3 dry shampoos. It could be a video of the 3 dry shampoos, or it could even just be a video of, a stylist giving a consultation with a client, like literally a B-roll type of video, AKA just a video in the background. It doesn't even have to be a conversation. It can be a 5-second clip. And then you add text that says, do you struggle with oily scalp? Here's our top 3 products in the caption. And then you talk about it in the caption.
That's beautiful.
Things like that are going to set you apart from every other salon because most salons, again, are just posting hair photo after hair photo. They're not showing that client experience. They're not offering education. They're not offering that value. And so what can you be doing to offer that value? AKA just answer the questions that clients are asking. I promise you it'll be a game changer.
Yeah. I mean, because if you think about the people who you're trying to attract more of the guests that you already have. And so, yeah, people are asking the questions. I love that. Like, look internal for okay, what content should I be posting? How do I strategize? And we do the same thing. It's when we post anything on our Instagram, it's all a reflection of a training we just did, a question that was asked. Even we come up with podcast episodes, it typically comes from hey, our clients are struggling with this. Let's make make a training about it. Let's make a podcast about it. Because if you start to, these are the people in our world. This is the things that they want to know. If you serve the questions that people are asking right now and today, like it's attractive. It's like, man, like they really know what they're talking about. And if somebody goes to your page and they're like, look at all these videos about like a recommended product of these things and how it works, how it functions, or even just explaining that, it's like, well, these people are knowledgeable and these people are offering more than just a good haircut. They have experience and they're taking the time to do that, which I love. What a great point. To be able to find content and strategize that way.
People start to see you as the expert, the go-to salon, you know? And obviously this is content that you can be sharing on the salon page, but salon owners, what I would really encourage your stylists to do is to create content like this for their own pages, because as salons, you know, we get content from our stylists, right? Like we have to encourage our stylists and really give them the tools and resources to create content on their own that we then can use on our pages ourselves. And the more that they're growing on their social media and Instagram specifically, just the better it becomes for everybody involved. So yeah, I would definitely say that, you know, the more educational kind of content that you can offer is helpful. And again, that could be the thing that gets a lurking follower to book that appointment, because maybe they have a stylist that they're going to, but they started following your salon because they liked the vibe. They liked something about the salon that felt different than maybe where they're going right now. And then they realize like, oh yeah, I always ask for product recommendations from my stylist. And like, they just kind of give me generic advice, or, you know, they're not really helping me out with my hair. I haven't been that happy. You know what? I'm going to check out the salon. And actually, I've been seeing what Kayla's been posting. I'm going to go to her, right? Because like they start to see the difference. And that's what's really going to set you apart from, like I said, every other stylist or salon in your area.
I love that. It was such a great point. I love talking about strategy too, because I think it's a lot of people get stepped up on that. Like, I don't know what to post. Like, yeah, that's cool. I can post a picture. Here's a picture of my lobby. Like, and people just kind of get a little bit more like, oh, I have to do it. It's like the last, like, oh man, I forgot to post today. Let me just get something up really quick, instead of like making it part of it. I love what you said about the competition in terms of like, so you touched on like getting your stylist to post too. I know that's a huge question too. It's like, how do I talk to my stylist about posting and encourage them? And how do I set them up for success in that? You already mentioned the challenge of like, write down your questions and put that as a way to motivate them of like, hey, we're creating content around this. So what are some other ways that we can get our stylists involved in posting and being a part of, like, making it a thing that we're all a part of, rather than I'm posting on my salon, you post over there, maybe they come together?
Yeah, totally. I think that this starts from the top down, right? So I think it starts with having a salon meeting and really like laying out like maybe what some goals are that you have for the salon Instagram and goals that you have for them as individual stylists and why that matters. I think that that's so important, right? As a leader, enrolling your employees or your team in on the vision for what you have in those goals is so important. And I'm learning that as a leader, and having my employees and all of those things so important, that if they're not enrolled in the vision, they're just going to think, oh, well, Jamie just wants me to post because she wants to get more followers on Instagram, you know? And it's like, no. It's like literally not about that. It's actually about helping you be able to grow your business and make more money for you as an individual stylist. So I think having that conversation and really just getting clear in your own business as a salon, what that looks like for your stylist. But then I think the next part does come back up to you, is offering them resources and support. Because again, just in the same way that you are busy as a salon owner, stylists are busy too, right? And yes, you're helping them grow their business, but at the same time, like, they're busy. They just finished a 5-hour color correction. Their brain is tired. They just want to zone out in the back room. They do not want to create an Instagram reel. So what are some resources and things that you can offer to your stylist to help them be able to post and show up on social media in an easier way? So for instance, I actually have some free Instagram captions. One of the things that I offer is I have a membership called the Social Suite. And basically we give you monthly Instagram content that's created for you. It creates like 90% of your Instagram content. So it's things like photos, pre-written Instagram captions, stock videos to create reels, reel ideas, carousel ideas, all the things, so that you don't have to always come up with it on your own. So I have a membership that helps that, but even just offering a resource like that for your stylist is going to be able to make them just be able to show up so much easier. So another thing that I said, I have 10 free Instagram captions. So we'll link that in the bottom or at the end of this thing. But yeah, like a little freebie. But things like that, again, just copy and paste, being able to just have like a really solid Instagram caption that's designed to turn a lurking follower into a client are things that just make it so much easier because again, as hairstylists, as salon owners, we're not social media managers, like, and yet that has now become part of our job. So what are things that we can do to make it easier? And maybe that could even be bringing in an educator that comes in and helps teach your stylist, or getting an online course for your stylist, things like that, that just give them those extra resources, I think would be super helpful.
I love that. And we've talked about this multiple times before of how sometimes the best way to educate or to teach or to ask your staff sometimes it's inviting somebody else to come in and tell them. And then it's easier to hear from somebody else. And so you bring someone in hey, here's a vision I want to go for, here's a training I want to do, and then bring it in and be now I want to get your guys' input. We talk a lot about culture and involving your staff into the decisions and the conversation and making it yes, you are the salon owner, but in order to, you don't have a salon without your team. And so involving them and being a part of it, hey, we want to grow together. How can we start and getting their input? What competitions should we do? And inviting them to suggest ideas or come up with things that they want to be a part of, or have some ideas, which one stands out to you, what competition we want to do, and having things of people are striving together, and also getting healthy competition, not necessarily competition, but healthy collaboration to be able to raise everybody up together and unify people. There's so much that comes with hey, here's a vision we want to get everybody, I love you said, to get the buy-in. People are I want this too. And it's a collective thing, and then have them getting involved. And I love that there is so much resources out there, but even just being able to open that door of having the conversation about how do we do this a little bit different, and just be intentional. I think getting yourself educated on something really brings more intentionality to yourself. It brings with anything, parenting, anything that you do, if you do research and you educate yourself, it just makes you more intentional to put into practice the things that you've learned. You're here today listening to this podcast. Step one, look at you. You've been educated. And now you can take things back and be okay, now I can implement these things. And that's, you're already on the right roll in listening to this episode today.
Yeah. Well, and I think also too, to that point, it gets you excited. I think it gets you motivated, right? Totally. Nothing is worse than where you're just oh, I feel burnt out. I'm not excited. And then sometimes you listen to a really juicy podcast episode, hopefully this one, right? Or you invest in a new program or an online course, or you watched an amazing YouTube video, whatever. You read a great book. You're yeah, I'm going to go do that thing. And so when you get excited like that, think about how we can also do that with our stylists too,
So good. So good. Thank you. Well, it's funny. I looked down, I was man, it's already been 30 minutes. It's crazy. So I would love to leave. I always like to end with people who are listening. And if you've listened to and you made it this far, thank you for hanging out with us today. What is something practical or something that the people could take away right now that they could walk away with, aside from your freebie, which will be in the description, to get the captions today. So thank you so much for that. But what are something that people can walk away from this episode that I can implement today that would really help them start moving this ball forward? Because I know it's that sounds really great. It also sounds like a lot of work. I know it can sometimes be overwhelming. So what can somebody walk away with today that they can implement?
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I actually have a little hack that I've been doing on Instagram that's been working. And it hasn't just been working for me. It's been working for stylists and salon owners as well. So it's not just me because I have a big Instagram account. No, it literally works for everybody. So here is a fun Instagram story hack that you can use to 10x your Instagram story views. Are you intrigued? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, good. I hope so. Okay, so I don't know about you, but my Instagram story views for the last year have been so low. And I've done different experiments. I've tried different things to try to bring them up. But just to give you a little context, I have about 225 or 226,000 Instagram followers. And my Instagram story views were at around 300 to 500 views. That is embarrassing. And maybe for you, you're great, 500 views, that's amazing. But for me, it's it's comparable. It's horrible. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Really bad. And so I was gosh, I don't know what to do. I've tried so many different things. I've tried all these different strategies. I won't go into all of it, but nothing was working until one day I discovered something that literally made my story views go from 300 to 500 to over 12,000.6
Oh my God.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Crazy, right? Here's what it is. And the thing that I love about this is it literally takes 5 minutes. So cool. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to post one Instagram story photo with some text of something that is whatever. So for instance, for a salon owner, it could be a photo of your receptionist at the desk or something, right? And it could just be like, today we have, 7 clients coming in, 7 color clients coming in, 5 men's haircuts, whatever. And you could like just list off like something that you have going on for today. So excited to see our clients. So simple, so basic,
so simple.
Literally photo with text. And then that's it. You don't post anything else. And try this. I literally call it the 1 slide Instagram story hack. And that just doing just one photo with text will help increase your views. Then what you're going to do is you're going to let that story expire. So you're going to let it go for at least 24 hours, expire. Then you can try it again. Again, just one photo with text. It could be, maybe just something fun that you guys are talking about in the salon. Maybe it's like it could be a photo of the stylist working or something, right? And maybe the caption or the text on it would be, I don't know about you, but in the salon, we have been talking about blank TV show or blank book. What's your favorite book? And you could do a little question box or a little poll or something like that. And again, just the photo, just the text, let it go for 24 hours, let it expire, and try that again. This has literally been not only increasing, like I said, my Instagram story views. I have one that's going on tonight or today that I've been posting, and it's literally at I think 10,000 views. That is insane for the amount of views that I have been getting. So if you have things that you want to share with your audience, maybe you have maybe you have some openings that have come up, or you have a fun promo that's coming up, or you have something that you want to share with your clients, try just one photo with text and have it be an actual photo that you take in Instagram stories. I wouldn't have it be like a Canva graphic. I wouldn't have it be, like a fancy photo graphic. Have it be a photo that you take that's in the moment, add some text and see how it does.
Wow. That's so crazy. I love when again, getting you get educated and you just that something so simple can really just turn the table for you. And it's just a matter of Jamie's been doing all she just said, I had this problem and I've been doing all of these things and she found a solution. And that's the beauty of finding somebody who is doing the research and doing all that stuff to find the solutions. I have tried so many things for so many different problems. I have lots of solutions. And that's beautiful. So try that and let us know. I'd love to know if you try that one story every 24 hours for a while. I would love to know what your results are. So please reach out to us and let us know. That would be really cool. Well, thank you so much, Jamie. This has been so helpful and so encouraging even for me, because I'm running our Instagram account as well. And it's that's such a good, I'm taking notes of myself. Man, how can I use these things too? Yeah. So thank you so much, Jamie. And if you want to get the freebie from Jamie, the 10 captions already written for you, right?
Yeah,
it'll be in the description.
Free pre-written Instagram captions for you to use.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So that'll be in the description. And thank you for joining us today on the Profitable Salon Owner Podcast. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, Jamie.
Yay. Thanks, guys.
You've been listening to the Profitable Salon Owner Podcast. Be sure to like, subscribe, leave us a review, and check us out at profitablesalon.com for more episodes, content, and to help you turn your salon into the business you've always dreamt of.